Hello everyone and welcome back to our blind let's play of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. My name is FlightlessBird and today on your story-based gaming channel, we're going to try to get down to the bottom of this case. I think we understand everything that's happening now, for the most part. By the way, thank you for all the comments in the last video, especially with better understanding the age gap difference, although I will admit, it's still a little bit creepy as far as being in the States goes. And at the same time, I do think what I said in the last episode is true, and Green River kind of confirmed it. Guessing false evidence during a testimony doesn't seem to give us any new dialogue. So don't do it anymore. And yeah, I'm not gonna. If I know what the evidence is, I'm gonna present it. But if we have a scene where we have choices, like here, 3 boxes, then, we pick the other options. But I just don't think choosing wrong evidence does any good at all. Hope you all are having a wonderful day today. Let's get to it. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is her name right there.
Oh, what's this? So is this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life.
The dead?
Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago.
Oh, killed in a crime? Oh, you don't mean?
Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Falls. You know what's interesting is, this is something that I think I just realized, but I mean, I probably always knew this, but Terry Falls is innocent. He's innocent of everything. Yeah, he kidnapped her, but he kidnapped her because she agreed to be kidnapped. He's not innocent of trying to steal the money, but I do think he was hoodwinked by his love for... Yeah, I know. Whatever. You said she was killed, but was she really? What are you implying? Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off of a dusky bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead. But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster. I believe that's the same age you are, isn't it? Even you couldn't. Miss Faye, you're not saying... Yeah, you can wag your finger and I can flick my hair. But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
What?
Ha! Nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a field on fire. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hitman arsonist. I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now is my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm.
Witness, just who are you anyway?
I didn't think it'd come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness. Oh, the dots. Yes, I understand.
What? Miss Edgeworth, explain yourself.
Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue this matter this far.
You don't? I mean, you don't mean.
Yes. The prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses. What did he say?
Ha! It looks like the kid knew.
He knew her true identity from the get-go. No way, but then why? If you hadn't revealed his secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
But I thought she died 5 years ago.
We thought so as well. But, well, as you can see. Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years? Well, that has nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime. Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now, we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder. Really, Miss Faye? I must say, your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost. How dare you! Please, let us take a moment to think. Yeah, wait a second. Let's take a moment to think. I know what your future's like, young man. You go out of your way to get the guilty verdict through any means necessary, and you're telling us that we're doing that when we're not doing that. That is so hypocritical of you. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious. Her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. What?
I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would the witness have for killing a beloved sister?
Well, you see, and this is gonna be where we select the diamond, right? I mean, it's gotta be. I thought I was winning, but somehow he's turned it around on me. Ha! I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. The defense is prepared. Oh, I'm sorry, that's still him talking, isn't it? The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim. What? What? Huh? Ah, that wasn't me. It was, this guy. This crazy coffee addict. I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. Old man, is he like 27? Yeah, he's 27. Ha! What makes you think they're empty, boy? Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets. Huh, I am sweating bullets. You think you're in a tough spot, huh? Of course, aren't I? No. You just survived at the moment of truth. That's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you. Up to me? Oh, the rashness of youth. How charming. This coming from someone younger than me?
Well, now then, let's not waste any more time, Mrs. Faye.
What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? The diamond. What is this? Is this the defense's idea of a joke? Because it's not funny.
Well, so I certainly don't get the punchline. Well, Mrs. Faye?
Oh, that was the rashness of youth.
The rashness of youth? And what is your point in furthering such a stereotype?
Wait, that wasn't the right answer?
What? Well, that's enough. Well, this court see no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. This court finds defendant Terry Fells guilty. All that is all. The court is adjourned.
Wait, that wasn't the right answer? That... Did I misread it? Did I misread it? Did I choose the wrong case? Yeah, maybe the diamond is for the previous case, not this case. Now, let's go ahead and save. So that way we don't have to go through all that again. Let's save again. What motive for murdering her own sister? She already had the diamond. She already had the diamond. And that was from 5 years ago. So that's not the motive for this case. So what is the motive for this case? Is it this? The whole truth must come out? So the truth, whatever the truth is? The story starts after Terry Falls escaped. At least I got it right. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. The whole truth must come out. Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth.
The whole truth?
There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently. A terrific story, Mrs. Faye. If you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Faye. What was the secret that was so important? Alright, is this the diamond? I know the diamond has to come in out somewhere. Where's your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne and Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all. Oh yes, I know this secret. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony.
What testimony?
Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters.
Ugh. Very well, I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it'll be painful for you, but could you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf?
Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge. Putting on the old charm one more time, huh, Dahlia? But this will be the last time you hide behind your womanly wiles. You know what's interesting is, I remember back in case number 1, I said, I really hope there's more conclusion with Dahlia Hawthorne. And sure enough, that's what we're kind of getting. Maybe. I mean, maybe this case sets up the 5th case. Although I don't think we'll see Dahlia again. Like, maybe this is just a backstory of Godo. And it's not actually about Dahlia at all. We'll have to wait and see. 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. Yes, she's no longer doing her. 5 years ago. Because, you know, she dropped her disguise. She's no longer Melissa. She's now Dahlia. Going back to her old voice. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister, Valerie, brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Falls in the arm. That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe, after all that, she murdered her sister? Preposterous!
Well, thank you, Miss Edgeworth. Well, Miss Faye?
Yes, Your Honor?
Well, as you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination.
Mr. Edgeworth got to jump on me. Again.
Ha! If we're not allowed to fight, well then let's twist some arms. Listen up. We still got that info that is up our sleeve.
What info?
Oh, come on, kitten.
Don't say you've forgotten already. Is it the information that Falls gave us? But that's not going to be admissible in court. They're going to say that he's a murderer and he has no validity. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's right, it was a fake kidnapping. Terry Falls told us that in the lobby.
I do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says.
What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by?
Yeah, me and Dahlia, and Valerie too.
Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's your secret. 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. I need to save. Because if I lose energy pressing her, I'm gonna game over. I only have 2 hit bars. Do you and Mr. Falls have a relationship? Yes, as a tutor. You were tutoring him? Mr. Falls? No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Mr. Falls came to the house to tutor me.
Really? That guy?
He doesn't seem like the smartest guy in the room. That makes sense. 5 years ago, she was only 14. He probably came up with the kidnapping plan during that time. The Hawthorns are in the jewelry trade and aren't quite wealthy, you see.
Quite the clever fellow, that Mr. Falls.
Did I hear him right? You just called Mr. Falls a clever fellow? Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's not the cleverest guy in the room. The ransom price was about diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. I heard the diamond is valued in the neighborhood of $2 million.
$2 million?
It was still uncut, so it is about the size of a pint of milk.
A $2 million pint of milk? I don't know what to think about that.
The defendant demanded that her sister Valerie make the exchange. Not as a detective, of course, but as an individual. By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think you wanted to make the exchange up there on that mountain? If he ever got surrounded, it would be hard to escape. There's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. Yeah, was it like way out of the way? Like there's closer mountains nearby, but this was like way away. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed. Exactly. With only one entrance to the mountain, he was ensuring his safety. Oh, okay. That also makes sense. What a wickedly clever man that Mr. Falls is. Yeah, right. It was all your plan. Anyway, Valerie brought the diamond to the mountain and... after she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Falls in the arm. That was a dangerous thing. Oh. That was a dangerous thing to do considering you were being held hostage. I for some reason thought we were Phoenix. I don't know why, that just flashed into my mind, but... Yes, but actually, that saved my life.
What do you mean?
You see, Mr. Falls was holding a knife in the right hand. Somehow, I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. All the exclamative dots. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I'd like to hear more about what happened right at the moment. Well, when Mr. Falls was shot in the right arm, he let go of me. I was dazed. I turned to try to run away, but Mr. Falls turned to grab me as well. As I ran past, he and I locked eyes for a second, and he gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin.
Bloodthirsty grin? Oh!
And in the next instant...
Kind of find that hard to believe, because wouldn't Valerie have shot him again? Like, why would she take the time to not shoot him a second time? I advise the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift.
I was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked out. When I came to, I had been carried away by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. The crumbling bridge, nowhere to run. Then, just one little shove behind. That was it. Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money.
And that's why you hid your identity?
Yes, I only told my sister.
Valerie Hawthorne, eh?
Yes, she's the only one who knew about me.
Meanwhile, legally, this witness has been deceased for 5 years.
I didn't ever want something like that to happen to me again. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life.
And that new identity was Melissa Foster, right?
Yes, my sister helped me get the official paperwork taken care of.
That makes sense. Without an insider's help, doing all the paperwork would have been impossible.
She was the only person left in the world I could count on. And you think I could kill her? There's no way that I could.
It's the moment of truth to this witness, too. Once the truth about the stage kidnapping comes out, everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is. I just got to prove that kidnapping was a hoax. Alright, how do I do that? How do I do that? Victim of the kidnap murder fell from bridge, nobody found. No. Alright. I used for ransom, lost Eagle River 5 years ago. Has a timer function. Photo of the trunk. This isn't gonna help me because we're talking about the case 5 years ago. Confidential record. The bridge has been unchanged. Huh. Really? This is the only evidence we have? This is the only evidence we have from 5 years ago, right? Besides whatever this is. And it's gotta be one of these two things, correct? It's not a contradiction, no. It's not. Because what she's saying is, my sister brought it to the bridge, so how would show the diamond be correct here? Huh. Show me off the bridge from behind. But that could have happened. Because if I look at the map,
If I look at the map, if she was pushed from behind, she would have fallen in the top right section. What if she was facing the opposite way though? If she was facing the opposite way and she got pushed from behind, she wouldn't have fallen. And plus, if she would have fallen on that side, wouldn't she have hit the dirt instead of the river? The only way she could have gotten to the river is if she climbed over the railing and jumped on her own. Huh. Can I show evidence to do that? Can I show evidence to say that? Did it work? You say that Mr. Falls pushed you into the Eagle River? However, that's hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls. Was I right on this? Can't believe it if I am. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said that's hard to believe. I should have said that's impossible. Impossible! I asked that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge, now and 5 years ago. The bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind as you have claimed. Yes! I was right! Yes! Oh, it's so good! Oh, I'm psyched. Oh, like I said, there's nothing like actually presenting evidence that you believe to be correct and then find that you are correct. Oh, it's so good. Instead of being carried away by the river, you would have hit the dirt. You would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. All the dots. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible. All the dots. Ah! Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then. That's a good point. But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change of the water level wouldn't have made a difference. That's also a good point. Urgh! You go get him, Mia. You're right. If the events occurred just the witness testified, well then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of all this tomfoolery, shenanigans, this stuff? You see, I. Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge. What? What do you mean? Dude, there's like railings. I mean, you would have had to thrown her off the bridge. After being shot in the arm, it's possible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unknowingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. Well, that's true. She would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct? Off the dots. Now that you mention it, I do remember now, when I fell off the bridge. My skirt got caught to one of the bridge's side wires. You can't be serious! Order, I say, order in the court! It seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion. Objection! I'm not done yet. Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault. What? I haven't even begun to fight.
I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's possible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say, that's impossible.
Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it?
Because your flow of logic contradicts the court record.
Ah. What's the court record? What is the court record? Is it this? All the ropes on the bridge? I mean, like I said, it'd be hard to push her off a bridge like that.
Your Honor, all of the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting the sides of the bridge.
Exactly! That's what I said! Oh, this is so good! I feel great! Let's do this!
They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there,
And this music is rocking!
no!
But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over. That's what I was saying. That's the only thing he could have done.
So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm.
Ah!
And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had the gun trained on him at point-blank range.
Ugh! Go get him, Mia.
So, Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge? That is clearly impossible.
Whoa! Order, I say order. What is the meaning of this?
Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally.
What? I mean, what is this? And where did that Fury of Tigers music come from? I mean, this time is supposed to be around for 5 more years. Indeed. What do you mean by such a ridiculous remark? Yours, Mia, is not FlightlessBird's.
Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had a gun and handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide. Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current. But even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river.
Oh, then what was it? What is so important that she'd want to jump into the river?
The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of Eagle River. 5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her, the $2 million diamond.
Oh, the exclamated dots! Oh, no, it can't be!
Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. The $2 million, she was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping. And at the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack.
Yeah, we got the true Dahlia. There she is. Why, that's simply ridiculous. Order, I say! Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan?
This woman is a demon. And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her.
By the way, that view of her like that, it's so beautiful. It's such a pretty shot.
Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well? But she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping. Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister Dahlia. And then she told her what she was planning to do.
Planning to do?
She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices in kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne. Oh, the dots.
Who was that laughing at a time like this?
Forgive me. It's just hilarious.
Witness? Is that you?
You amuse me, woman. Miss Mia Fey! All the exclamated dots. You can certainly wave an exciting tale. Naturally. You have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. Well, that at 14, I plotted it with Mr. Faust and my sister. Well, And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't provide evidence, will at least show that.
Well, Mrs. Fay.
I don't know. What a joke! You, Miss Fay! Are you stupid or something? How could I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Yeah, I know. That's a good question.
Well, it seems that we've come to the end. I mean, to be honest, the witness' behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense.
Huh? Of course you are. I hate this woman. Is this it? Is it really over? That girl has made a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it? Ha! Without evidence, the trial is over. Well, who decided that? Mr. Armando. Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured it out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony. Testimony? On the day in question, Valerie Hawthorne murdered her sister Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Faust in the car and then went to meet with him. Disguised as his sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right? Yes, that's right. In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who is the one person who can testify to that demon woman's crimes? It's either Terry Falls or Dahlia herself. I'm gonna go with Dahlia. Listen up. This is your last chance. Think it over carefully one more time. Relax, Mia. This is easy. Oh, I guess that wasn't it. Alright, that wasn't it. So that means it's gotta be the other person. Falls. Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness.
A new witness?
Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls. The defendant. There's only one person that could shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role is in the kidnapping was. Only one person that could say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne. or whether it was, in fact, her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all. And that person is Terry Falls.
Well, Miss Edgeworth, what is your take on this?
All the dots. Why not? Prosecution has no objection.
Well, very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand.
This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left. Oh man, this trial just does not end. Woo! It just keeps going and going and going. I heard some people talk about how, the 4 trial is short, but it's incredibly complicated for being a single day trial.
Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes?
I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me. Mr. Falls, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive, and you were used for $2 million. Oh, that's not true!
Mr. Falls, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne or was it Dahlia Hawthorne?
Probably to save. Like I said, when you only have 2 hit points left, you kind of have to save a lot. Dahlia, did you betray me? You know what's interesting is this is exactly Phoenix Wright, like 8 months from now, right? Or a year from now? Forgot the exact time. I think it's 8 months. All the dots, all the betrayed dots. 5 years ago, she promised never, ever betray each other. Terry. Dahlia. It's true. It's true, you're alive. You don't trust me anymore. Oh, that makes me sad. Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you. Oh, the dots. I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. Oh, the exclamator dots. But there is one thing that I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry. Dahlia. God, this is so similar to the first case.
Well, Miss Falls, participate once and only once. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial.
Oh, the dots.
The witness. Eek! I'm sorry, I apologize.
Water, please, water. I can't talk. I need water. Ha! Oh well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. Oh no, is he gonna throw the coffee mug on him? At least the best way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitter than hell itself. Wow, that's really dark. This is gonna be the first call. Aw, I want to see a picture of him with coffee on his face like Phoenix. Who Terry Falls saw. Alright. The final testimony. Maybe. Possibly. Let's do this. Well, that day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. I watched my car from bridge. I can never put no body in that car. Man, it's really tough to read him word for word because of his syntaxes here. He's definitely not the brightest cookie. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be insulted. He's just not. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked. Then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia. Oh boy. We gotta unphoenix this guy. Mr. Falls, you're covering for her? Do you think she would do the same for you? Well, that's enough, Miss Faye. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial. Holy exclamated dots.
Well then, Miss Faye, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Is this how you want it to end, Mr. Falls? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence?
Well, there's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten. I think.
Well, thanks. Is Falls taking the fall for Valerie? I mean, Dahlia? Alright, I'm gonna, once again, if we get penalized for pressing, that'd be sad.
Well, that day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of a bridge.
According to the note, the meeting was supposed to take place at 4:30. You certainly arrived early, didn't you?
It was raining, already dark, too.
You waited on the bridge for 30 minutes?
Oh, the dots.
Mr. Falls?
Eagle Mountain, that spot. Strong memories.
All the dots. Why did he just climb up? Could it be he's hiding something there?
She wasn't there, so I waited on bridge.
You were quite early, so you went on the bridge, correct?
Yeah, I like waiting. I'm used to it.
I'm sure he is. Zebra Boy waited 5 years to ask a single question. To find out why a woman betrayed him. To him, 30 minutes must have been like a blink of an eye.
I watched my car from bridge. I never put no body in that car.
You were watching the car?
That bridge, other side is broken. Nobody can come from there. So I was watching car.
Where else were you expecting him to do? I suppose that's the obvious thing to do, but something's bothering me. I'm getting that feeling. A contradiction?
I wonder what's on the other side of the broken bridge anyway.
No one lives there. There's a small shrine up on the mountain, but that's it.
Anyway, nobody came. No car, nothing. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me.
Mr. Falls, think carefully now. Are you certain that was Valerie Hawthorne?
I never lie. It's the truth. It was Valerie. I remembered her face.
Wait a minute. If you hadn't remembered her face, then why did you make her wear a scarf as identification? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, the dots. Sorry, I told a little lie.
Oh, the frustrated dots.
But the woman I met, she was different from the woman standing here now. She was different. It was Valerie. We talked, and then she left.
What did you talk to her about anyway?
Oh, the dots.
Mr. Falls.
Valerie told the truth about the kidnapping 5 years ago. She said someone needed to take the blame for it. That was all I could think to do. She said that. That's why she lied. Got me the death penalty.
And were you satisfied with that answer, witness?
Talia died. It was my fault. But I don't really remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I did push her in.
All the exclamative dots.
It don't matter no more. Either way, my Talia, my sweet teen angel, dead.
But you just saw that she isn't dead.
After Valerie talked to me on bridge, nothing left to live for. That was Valerie, not my Talia.
How can you be so sure? It was raining at the time, and sunset that day was at 5 o'clock. It would have already been pretty dark on the mountain at 4:30.
Oh, the dots.
Please, Mr. Falls, this is your last chance. You've already taken the fall once for something you didn't do.
Oh, the dots. That woman. It wasn't Talia.
Stop right there. What more needs to be said? Even if it means the death penalty? Even if it means taking the blame for murder? You'll still do whatever is necessary to protect her? Won't you, Mr. Falls? I know it's obvious, but he's clearly lying. He's been cursed by Delia Hawthorne. He'll probably go to his grave still believing in her. Mr. Falls, even if he could show he's lying, the poor guy will still be cursed. You'll still have to point out the contradiction anyway. That's the curse of being a defense lawyer, I guess. Alright, where is the contradiction? Where is the contradiction? Where is the contradiction? Wait. I never put no body in that car. If he's admitting that he killed Valerie, then wouldn't he say he did put the body in the car? I just want to go through this one more time to see if, okay. All right, I'm gonna try this. Yeah. This looks like the contradiction I'm looking for. Because how was there a body in the car if you killed her? Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Wait, it doesn't? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. And I can't, because I only have 2 points, I gotta skip this. But that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense because he says he didn't put the body in the car, but yet the body was clearly in the car. So, how did that happen? Come on, FlightlessBird. Can you see the car from the bridge? Wait, how can he watch the car from the bridge if he's facing that direction? Because it's impossible to come from... It's impossible to come from the other side. Yes, exactly. So when you go to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge? You're sure of that? Oh, the dots. Yeah, I'm sure. You're sure, huh? Well then, I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying. Huh? Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Faye. You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right? But that's the victim at the end of the bridge. Exactly. Exactly. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Oh, the dots. Mr. Falls? Please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth. Oh, the dots. I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. Oh, there's so many dots. I had somewhere to go. A special place.
Did you go to this special place before you went to the bridge?
Yeah, it's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love. A memento? 5 years ago, I hid it under the base of a tree there.
Oh, that looks familiar.
It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I want to get. The poison.
Well, that little bottle of necklace is your memento? It's quite charming, but it looks empty.
Well, it's not poisonous yet, at least. Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock. But he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes.
Erk.
With that much time, Dahlia Halter could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car. No!
Indeed, there certainly was enough time for it.
I still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it.
All the dots.
Huh? Mr. Falls? This music is so sad.
That's enough. Please. Witness? I promised her 5 years ago, if it ever happens, that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink, bottle, ugh.
Oh no. No, stop the trial. Your Honor, we need a recess.
I was stupid. Couldn't keep promise.
No.
So I did it. I drank this.
No, we are so close. Just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence.
No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again.
Mr. Falls.
Mr. Armando. Thanks for the coffee.
No! Mr. Falls!
No! This case again! Oh!
No! And so my first trial ended. Suddenly and tragically. And ended with no winners. Only losers.
Oh! That's come on!
Oh, that's...
Oh! We were so close!
Oh. I ended with a wound that cut so deep into my soul I thought I'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the younger prosecutor as well. Or the young prosecutor. But one person, the true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on a demonically sweet face. She's a demon, alright. Unforgivable, that witch. When Mr. Armando?
We were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us.
You were just a little too soft, kitten.
It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself.
Don't cry, kitten. You're going to make my coffee all salty.
I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this.
Oh, the dots. Mia. All the X-ray dots. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. Whoa! Whoa! The only time a lyric can cry is when it's all over. Oh my goodness, this guy's something else. Oh, Mr. Armando. No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the enemy, the memories, they always fade away over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget them. One year later, in this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that case. Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face. More like a fallen angelic smile. It was finally all over. At least that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that's made me remember all this. We're gonna have to wait and see. Episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings, the end, at almost exactly 1 hour. Episode 5, Bridge to the Turnabout, the final episode in the trilogy, my friends. Yes, this is it. This is the final episode. The very last. Before, you know, before we end the series. If you're wondering, we will be playing more Ace Attorney, hopefully, if I can figure out how to play the other games, because the other games aren't on a collection like these are. But we will be playing them later. First off, we're gonna be playing Epic. Not Epic. Epic. Oh God, I forgot the name. What is the name? Ever. That's it. We're gonna be playing Ever 17, which was basically made by the guy who made Zero Escape before he made Zero Escape. And then after that, we'll probably play The Somnium Files 2, the Nirvana Initiative, because that game would probably have been out for about a month. Because I figured it'll probably take us like 2.5 months to get through Ever 17. And it'll still probably take us, I would guess, 2 more weeks to get through this game. If not 3 more weeks. So we still got a lot more Ace Attorney to go. And then, of course, I guess 13. Is that it? I guess 13 Sentinel's Rim? Something like that. I have it on my PlayStation. I just haven't had a chance to play it with you guys yet. But anyway, we have 1 more case to go. Whew. I'm excited. Hope you guys are excited too. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. And until next time, so long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you would like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more. Also, please do not forget, you matter, you are brilliant, and you are loved. And you should always remember to be true to yourself. Don't let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly feathered flightless bird. Till next time.